Welcome to week 2 in your 30-day plan to transform your entire tennis game. Week 1 focused on the baseline with Kirby. Make sure you go check that video out and download the ground stroke action plan if you haven't already. Today we're going to be focusing in on volleys. There's 3 technical cues that we're going to be focusing on, and that is your grip pressure, guiding the ball, and footwork. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. The first thing we're going to do is have Megan move through some shadow swings, and this is deceptive. You may think this is too easy, but the elements we're going to be focusing on, it's really important to be very inwardly focused and aware of what you're doing. So her focus right now is on her grip pressure. And Megan, I'd love to ask you actually, if a 10 is as hard as you can possibly squeeze the racket, what's your tension at right now?
About 15%.
Okay, so 1.5. All right, that's good. Go ahead and keep moving through. You should definitely be well below 50%. You should be at least down to a 2 or a 3 out of 10. There's no contact happening here. The other really important thing to focus on here during shadow swings is the guide of the racket. Now that means that as Megan continues to move through with her hand, contact in reality would be taking place somewhere about here. And then she would continue pushing forward through that point. Unfortunately, a lot of players have a ton of tension, and so they stop right at contact. Can you show us what a punchy looking volley looks like, please, Megan? And so on this example, this is where she'd be hitting the ball and stopping right there. Can you show us the guided one, please, again, Megan? Now she's smoothly moving through where contact would be. And now Kevin's gonna come on in, toss her a couple balls, and she's gonna practice keeping a really relaxed, calm hand and guiding through the ball really softly. And she's not gonna have any particular target in mind, just simply focus on those technical elements. And as she's doing this, you'll notice that Kirby is off to the side of the court with an iPad. This could just as well be a tripod, although Kirby, you're a beautiful tripod. Don't worry, we'll replace you 100% with that. But check yourself on video is the point here. Use your phone, use your iPad, and see whether or not you're stopping or guiding through. All right, good job. We're gonna bring things up just one simple, easy progression, and that's with a racket feed, which makes things a little bit more real life, but we're still not engaging in a live rally back and forth. So Kevin's now on the service line. He's gonna softly feed Megan a ball with his racket. Now, it's hard to believe, but back at home, you're gonna feel much more of an urge to squeeze tightly on the grip. And you're seeing Megan's doing a great job of maintaining her calm, soft guide of the racket forwards. The third technical element that we're gonna really be focusing on is what she's doing with her feet. And when you look at her footwork pattern, you'll notice that when she makes contact, she hasn't quite stepped across with her left foot yet. And so while she is stepping, contact is not being made as she steps, which is another really common mistake that players make. Megan, let's see a couple punch volleys where you're touching your left foot as you hit, please. Right, exactly. This is unbelievably common among club players, amateur tennis players, is the left foot hitting, the racket squeezing, everything coming to a stop right at contact. All right, that's good, Megan. Go ahead and go back to what you're doing before, please. And now you'll see her racket is smoothly moving through the point of contact while her body's momentum is actively carrying through. And that's because she hasn't quite landed on her left foot as she makes contact. All right, great job, Megan. Now Kevin is gonna progress one more time. He's gonna go all the way back to the baseline. The two of them are now going to engage in a rally back and forth. And Kevin, go ahead and hit Megan some forehands and backhands, please. Mix it up a little bit. And so Megan's gonna practice in a little bit more real life situation now, her new technical elements. On both sides, you'll see her calmly guiding through the point of contact. She's gonna have a little bit more of a squeeze on the racket than on the shadow swings or the tosses or the racket feeds, but it's still very, very controlled. If I were to guess, I'd say she's probably at like 3 or 4 out of 10, maybe at the most a 5 out of 10. Not very firm at all.
I definitely went down.
Nice. Finally, again, I'll draw your attention to Megan's feet one more time. Whether it's a forehand or a backhand, you're seeing 2 really important footwork fundamentals. One is the split step. Now that she's in a rally, that split step's really critical, right as Kevin touches the ball. The other one is that transitional step forward through the point of contact whenever possible. If she gets jammed up, she may have to step to the side to give herself some room to hit the ball, and that's fine. But whenever possible, she's going to step forwards and actively meet the ball as her weight is transitioning towards her target. Now let's bridge the gap between practice and match play, which is something a lot of players struggle with. They can hit great with a ball machine or with a partner or with a coach, but when they get into a match, everything falls apart. So here you'll see Kevin and Megan rallying with each other. Megan is about halfway between the net and the service line, which is a great place to start. And she's aiming cross courts with her volleys back to Kevin. So Kevin has a home base of the deuce side over on the other side. He's just giving Megan some practice in a relatively challenging environment. He's giving a pretty good pace to Megan here. As they go through these rallies, you can challenge yourself as the volleyer in a lot of different ways. You could give yourself a depth target. So for example, Megan could be aiming past the service line, which in general I recommend, by the way. She could also try to hit a total number of shots. So maybe to start off with, she'll continue to rally back to Kevin until she makes 20 total shots or 30 or 40 total shots past the service line and cross court. Or she could try to hit 5 in a row or 7 in a row. There's a lot of good ideas in the plan at 30daytennis.com. Make sure that you download that so that you can take it to the courts and have a plan to follow so you can really stay focused and use your time most wisely on the court. Now we're going to take that next step forwards to making this real life and practicing the way it really is in matches. So Kevin and Megan are now practicing within a competitive environment. They're actually trying to win the points. And the format here is Kevin is starting in no man's land. He's feeding cross court to Megan, who's on the baseline, and then they're playing it out. And so Kevin's restricting himself to just the deuce side of the court. Megan is doing the same. And as Kevin closes forwards, he's really working on the 3 technical elements that we focused on during our technique practice. And that is being mindful of his tension. Now that Megan is really driving the ball at him, he's going to need some more firmness here and there. It depends on the point situation, how high the ball is, how much pace she's giving him to work with, etc., etc. Also making sure to give the ball good depth by guiding through it, placing the ball well, and whenever possible, transitioning forwards with his footwork so his body's momentum can really aid in hitting a solid shot. So they could do this with no score and just put in a bunch of reps where you're not really trying to win per se, but you're trying to hit solid shots. Or they could pick a number of 5 or 7 or 10 and play it out. Either way, this really raises the intensity level, really raises the realism of the environment, and helps you bridge the gap between practice and competition. Now you know exactly what to focus on and what drills to do so that you can improve your net game. Make sure that you go to 30daytennis.com to download the plan so you can have it on your phone or on your tablet, on your computer, take it to the court with you. Follow it, it will work. You will see results if you put in the repetitions. Also make sure to come back and check out the other weeks. Next week in this plan is going to be focused on nutrition, taking care of your body, and mental toughness. So we'll see you right back then. Download the plan, and good luck working on your game.